So what's the secret success formula of scaling your business to 7 figures?
So basically, my business is not 7 figures at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I've helped my clients to reach 7 figures.
So what's your best advice for balancing financial management while running your own business?
My thing is keep them separate.
Okay.
Don't mix personal and professional finance.
So according to you, in 2025, what type of job that will sustain better than the other jobs?
Okay, in terms of jobs, I would say people who are able to use AI for doing anything out there, they'll be able to sustain. For example, in my team, I remember when we used to make a landing page copy, the landing page, the content which goes on the landing page, it used to take us at least 15 days to write the content before AI.
Right.
Now it takes us 3 to 7 days to write the content because we use a lot of AI into it. So what I've seen is that the people who are able to put their hat off the AI is for good, they'll be able to sustain. So in terms of 3 jobs, I would say I don't have proper 3 categories out there, but I can say whatever way you can use AI into your thing and become more productive, then you are safe.
Somebody is coming from service class, they want to invest in business. So, but what if they are getting attracted to the business ideas and want to start something on their own? Then what would advise to those people?
So my thing is always I'll give you a layman example here. So whenever we have to get a job, what we do, basically we go for almost like 16 years of schooling.
Yeah.
Then we do a bachelor degree. Then sometimes we do a master's degree. But when it comes to business, we are like, no, I know everything. I'll start my business on my own.
Right.
So that is where I found the people who start out, that's the reason they get out of the business, because they don't invest into their learning. For the jobs, they'll invest lakhs and lakhs of rupees into certification, course and everything. But when it comes to business, they won't read any business books out there. They won't hire any mentors out there to understand how the business works. And that's what I feel is the major reason why a lot of people who want to start out are not able to start out also. And even if they start out, they get out of business within 6 to 10 months, 6 to 12 months. So the thing is, if you want to start out business out there, my thing is you should start learning how businesses work.
Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of our podcast series where we do great sessions with great guests. And today's guest is very phenomenal. He has figured out the way to save millions in ad revenues, and he has hacked the growth strategy that he is going to share it with us today. And he has also wrote a book called You Are Not Too Young, and he is the founder of digital agency called Mentor Success, which is really doing great work and saving millions in ad burning of clients worldwide. So without any delay, let's reveal the secrets with him on today's episode, and don't share it with anyone because you only have the right to hear the secrets and formulas he's going to share today. So without any delay, let's welcome Mr. Vikas Agarwal. So Vikas, you have made clients making 17.5 crore plus in ad revenues. So how did you do that, and what are the sales funnel myths which every entrepreneurs do mistakes at initial stages in figuring out?
So first of all, thanks for inviting me to your podcast. I'm really grateful to be here.
Welcome.
Yeah, and regarding the myths you're talking about the funnel, so usually what people do is for every stage of the business, you have different sorts of funnel stages you need to follow. For example, if you're starting out, you may not need to go for the awareness and nurture stage. You may directly go for conversion stage. If I'm talking from the meta ads angle,
Right.
you can directly go to the conversion stage. Because you do not have much money to actually go for the awareness and nurture stage. Whereas comparatively, if you are like a very big brand out there, like if you see very big FMCG brands, they have too much money to hire actors out there to do big awareness.
Yeah.
But when you're starting out, majorly in my clientele, which is coaches out there, in our case, awareness, nurture and convert, the 3 stages of funnel are actually happening simultaneously, because you attract people by running ads. They come to a landing page, they join your webinar, they get nurtured before they join the webinar, and during the webinar also they get nurtured, and then you convert them. So the funnel, all the 3 stages happen simultaneously.
Okay.
But still, what people do is they'll run awareness ads on Meta on the start to get more awareness. Then they'll do nurturing by running messaging campaigns, and then they'll do conversion ads to get leads for their webinar, which is not at all required in terms of the people who are starting out as coaches.
So we have also heard that you have wrote You Are Not Too Young. So in this data-driven industry, everyone nowadays making decisions on data. And were there any situation that you made the decision based on your gut feeling, based on emotional components?
Regarding writing the book?
Yeah.
So it was basically, my mentor told me that in the word authority, there's about author. So basically, if I have to differentiate myself out of so many people out there, so if I'm an author, I automatically differentiate myself from all the people out there. For example, if you go to any of the, let's say, co-working space,
right,
there are 10,000 people out there. But how will you differentiate yourself? Just by knowing that you're an author, you automatically differentiate yourself from all the 10,000 people out there. You're someone separate. And I've seen that when people get to know that I'm an author, suddenly their perspective, the way they talk to me automatically changes. So that's the reason why I wrote the book. That was one of the reasons from the differentiator angle. Another angle was that I thought my story is powerful and I want to share it with the world. So that was the gut feeling that I want to share with the world. But on the logical side, it was key. I want to get the authority tag by becoming an author.
Great. So this book is a lighthouse to Gen Zs and millennials.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All age groups can read it. But majorly I've written in the form of people who are in the young age. But the principles are like which anybody can follow in any age out there.
Right. So age doesn't hold any authority. And what do you say about the sales funnels that are ongoing in market nowadays? I mean, how you can predict that this sales funnel is going to perform well and this is not going to perform well in terms of target market and other factors of any niches currently running?
So basically, whenever we onboard any client out there, we do a proper research out there.
Okay.
So usually nowadays there's nothing like you won't find any competition in any of the niche. Even if you don't find direct competition, you find indirect competition. So the first thing you have to predict while your sales funnel work or not is basically find out if somebody is selling a similar product out there, what is the type of funnel they are doing. That is something you need to find out. So that rather than building the flywheel again, you should figure out what is the market doing, because for doing it, they must have done some research out there. They must have already burned some money out there.
Yeah.
So leverage on their learnings out there, and then you start doing it. So basically, to predict a funnel work or not is basically if somebody is doing very different funnel out there, there's a high chance it might not work because your competition might have already tried it. But to be on the safer side, what you can do is always allocate just a small budget out there to test out whether this funnel will work or not. Even I would say God even can't predict which funnel will work or not. So basically, you need to put budget, you need to allocate for testing purpose, and then you have to figure out if by putting this much money, if I'm able to make the required money or not. If that is there, then your funnel is working. Otherwise, you can discard that funnel and follow some other funnel.
Any example you would like to mention where it unexpectedly bloomed and you weren't sure of it that it will work this much well?
Yeah. So basically, I take an example of recently my client who used to work at Mindvalley earlier. Now he runs his own company called Soulpresso. So we had done a funnel for him where we did a live summit in December 2024.
Okay.
And the summit was free. And once somebody registers for free, we give them an option to upgrade to a VIP ticket.
Okay.
So that they get the recordings and the Q&A and separate things. So my feeling was in India, people don't buy a one-time offer more than 499 rupees. And my client said, let's try 1,999 rupees. And I was like, 100% this won't work. But he persuaded me to test it out. And to my surprise, we were able to sell 1,999 also. A lot of people were buying from free to 1,999. That was a myth broken for me as well.
Okay.
So that's the reason I'm always open to feedbacks, and the thing is always be open to testing. It's like you should have the proper structure out there, but also try and test different pricing out there. It might work because it's our own myths and beliefs what we impose on the things. Yeah. Because as one thing is there that they always say in marketing that you need to step in the shoes of your customer.
Right.
But it's not always easy. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So it's better to let the customer do the testing for you by putting in some budget. If it works out, it's great. Otherwise, it's like just a little bit of money burned in testing out there.
So how do you set up your funnel and how do you recognize that for this particular niche, this kind of trendy stuff is gonna work or not?
So I'll tie back to my answer I gave you to earlier.
Okay.
That I'll do a proper research. There are tools out there like Facebook ad library is there. There is YouTube ad library. There are a lot of libraries out there. YouTube does not have a proper ad library. There's a Google ad library is there where you can look out at the ads on what ads they are running on Google. On Facebook ad library, you can check out what the ads they are doing, what are their landing pages. Then there are tools like called Atria, Foreplay. You can use these tools to do a proper research and then find out what kind of funnel is working for your client. On the competition of your client.
So suppose if client is having 10,000 budget initially, so where will you put the ad first? On Meta, Google, or what platform would you recommend?
So I would suggest that it depends upon the product to product. But if let's say they're in the coaching industry, I'll put that budget into Meta ads, because Meta ads support small business owners, and Meta ads is easy to set up and you can see instant results. With the Google, it's opposite actually. With Google, it's like, if I talk about YouTube ads, you need to initially put a lot of money to start seeing the results.
Right.
So that's the reason I would always suggest to start with Meta ads out there. It's easy to set up, you get a proper instant results out there, and you get to know if this is working or not. And also both the platforms are different. If you say about Meta ads, it's a non-intent platform. Let's say for Meta or Instagram, whenever somebody opens it, they do not come from the thing of buying a product. They come from the entertainment angle.
Right.
But when it comes to Google, it's intent-based marketing.
Yeah.
Intent-based marketing means that basically when somebody comes on Google, they're searching for something.
Yeah.
So there's a high intent for what they're doing. And when they come to YouTube, YouTube is a mix thing, 50-50 thing. On YouTube, they might come for entertainment and they might come for education as well. But depending on the channels what they're watching, you can figure out if they come to a channel where they have to study something or watching some podcast, so they have come for edutainment purpose. But if they're coming for some songs, listening to songs, watching movies out there, so they're the reason that they might have come for entertainment purpose. So that's the reason you need to figure out what category a product lies in, and then you need to figure out the platform accordingly. For example, if you're doing e-commerce ads, shoes ads or something, you can do Google ads as well, because somebody might be searching for Nike white shoes.
Right.
You can do Google ads. But if it comes to like products like in coaching industry, like how to lose weight, or maybe like let's say how to increase the speed of your reading.
Mental health coaching or
Yeah. So in that case, people do not wake up, I want to speed read.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly it comes up, and somebody do not wake up, I want to buy a so and so t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly an Instagram ad comes, and then you're like, look, it looks so lucrative that you end up buying the product.
Right.
So that's the reason for every niche out there, you need to figure out what sort of product is there and what sort of marketing will work for you. And the best thing is to do competitive research. If your competition is not running Google ads and they're only running Meta ads, then there's a reason why they're doing it.
Right.
So you need to figure out that.
So there's a belief going on in the industry right now that Facebook or this Instagram is hearing what we are talking about, and they are instantly showing us ads of that thing. So how much do you believe in that thing?
I believe it 101%.
Okay.
So my thing is, I use it in a very different angle altogether.
Yeah.
So whatever I need in my life, I start speaking about it.
Right.
So I use it in the form of law of attraction. So basically, if I have to find something, I have to buy something. Let's say I have a DJI mic. So I was thinking I have to buy a DJI mic, So suddenly I started getting ads around it.
Yeah.
And then the Amazon sale came, and then I just quickly bought it. So I was seeing the ads every day. So basically I was attracting myself to it. So I use it in a positive affirmation way, that if I have to buy something out there, I'll start talking about it, let my phone suddenly start showing ads about it so that I can end up buying it.
So whenever you onboard any client, because right now people want things instantly to get done. So how do you teach them consistency with your coaching sessions and with your work?
So basically, I'm more into done for you services rather than into coaching. I'm into done for you services where we do the whole setting of the landing page, the ads and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not much into the coaching wala thing. So, and coming to the instant results wala thing, whenever somebody comes to me, I do a proper discovery call with them and understand their mindset, and always give them a 3 months timeline to test out the things. If they are like, no, I want to result in the next 15 days, then I straight away reject them. Because I don't want to promise something which is not at all possible.
Yeah.
I can't promise somebody to make 1 crore in 7 days or 10 days. I'm not here to play a lottery with them. I'm here to build a long-term relationship with them. And I'm here to do a partnership with them. That's why my agency is called Mentor Success Partner.
Great.
So that we can partner with them in their loss, in their profit, and everything out there.
So were there any situation that you have turned that type of client into your long-term client and you have changed their mindset?
Frankly, I'm not able to recall anybody who was there from the mindset of quick results and then was able to stay with me for longer. Because one of the other reasons happens is what I've seen people who come with a quick result mindset, they usually start showing their tantrums after the 1.5 months. Yeah. So after they should start showing tantrums, one thing for me is I can't listen to bad words from me or from my team. For me, if they're talking to somebody back to my team, they're indirectly insulting me and my whole team. Right. So I'm like, I don't tolerate that at all. I can lose out on revenue, but I can't lose out on the respect of me and my team. So I don't tolerate them. And I have even refunded sometimes even the whole money to my clients. Okay, I don't want to keep your money, whatever services we did, it's okay, but you keep your money and thank you, we are not working together.
So what's the secret success formula of scaling your business to 7 figures?
So basically, my business is not 7 figures at the moment.
Okay. But you help clients.
Yeah, I've helped my clients to reach 7 figures. Now I'm on my track to make it 7 figures. Although if I talk about 7 figures, is something which we talk about yearly revenue. So my yearly revenue is not 7 figures at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm working on making it 7 figures, and I think 7 figures. Do you mean crores, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not there in terms of my own business right now.
Okay.
But I'm working towards it. But for my clients, one thing I've seen is that people who are into delayed gratification, they are the ones who have made it big. So basically, what I mean by delayed gratification is, for example, if they made 1 crore of profits, they are ready to invest back 80 lakhs back into the business.
Okay.
Rather than buying a Audi or a Mercedes, where they got 1 crore, so they'll buy a Audi, Mercedes, or go for a world vacation. So what the reason I figured out is that it's the practicality and the technicalities matter, what we do for them, but also the mindset plays a very big role. So they should be in a mindset that they have to reinvest the money they are making.
Right.
And that's the reason I'm not a 7-figure owner. I admit it. Because for the first 2-3 years of my business, when I got money, I spent it on all my luxuries out there. And from April 2024 is the time when I got serious about my business. When I made it from running like a Lala company, making it a complete proper accounting and everything. Earlier, whatever money used to come in my company, it was like salary or revenue minus salary minus tools is my money.
Yeah, exactly.
And whatever the money was there, I was making like good amount of figure. But from 1st April 2024, I realized that this way, I'm not making a company. It's just
not going to scale.
It's not going to scale, and it's not going to sustain also. So from the 1st April 2024, I started fixing up salary for me, my team, and everybody. And we also pay us high when we make good revenues. We give ourselves a good bonus out there. But we have fixed salaries now. Even I pay myself a salary. So you can say I'm the first employee of my own company now.
Okay.
Earlier it was like I was having I'm the owner. So all the money which comes from my company is my money. So that's the one thing I changed. I changed the accounting systems. Although I'm not perfect yet, I'm working on it, and I'm always open to help, and I keep seeking help from financial advisors now. I have a personal finance mentor out there who actually showed his sheets how he managed company finance. So then from him I learned how to manage company finances. So although it was a big hit for me, because I was making, when I was running the Lala company, I was making good money out there in my personal income, and there was a sudden hit for me.
Okay.
But I realized that I have to take a short-term hit for a long-term gain.
Great. So, what's your best advice for balancing financial management while running your own business?
My thing is keep them separate.
Okay.
Don't mix personal and professional finance. Like how they say, don't mix personal and professional relationships. You should not mix personal professional finance, company finance out there. So the thing is, right now I'm traveling. From last almost 30 days I'm traveling right now. So I don't use company's money to fund my travel.
Okay.
I use my own money to fund my travel. Although for tax saving purposes, I do put GST in my hotel bills and everything so that I save on the taxes and get the expenses out there. But it's not something which companies is paying for it. Because it's my, although what I'm doing right now is for professional growth of the company, but right now I'm doing it all on my personal expense right now. So that's the thing. And one thing is always track your finances. I track every single rupee which goes out of my pocket. It's not I'm frugal or something. I spend a good amount of money on things. I'm not frugal at all. But the thing is, if it's like if you're not tracking something, you are not able to, if you can't track it, you can't grow it. Some saying is there.
Right.
So I track every single rupee which goes out of the company, same way what goes out of my personal pocket. Whether it's 1 rupee, whether it's 10 rupees, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 1 lakh. Every rupee is tracked into different Google Sheets out there, and every money is tracked, every single rupee is tracked.
Okay. So let's play devil's advocate. So why should anyone not start a coaching business in 2025?
Why they should not start?
Yeah.
They should not start in 2025 thinking that it's a quick money making business.
Okay. So according to you, in 2025, what type of 3 jobs that will sustain better than the other jobs? Okay.
In terms of jobs, I would say people who are able to use AI for doing anything out there, they'll be able to sustain. For example, in my team, I remember when we used to make a landing page copy, the content which goes on the landing page, it used to take us at least 15 days to write the content before AI.
Right.
Now it takes us 3 to 7 days to write the content because we use a lot of AI into it. So what I've seen is that the people who are able to put their hat off, AI is for good, they'll be able to sustain. So in terms of 3 jobs, I would say I don't have proper 3 categories out there, but I can say whatever way you can use AI into your thing and become more productive, then you are safe. If you're still like, I will go with the old school ways, I won't invest in how to use AI for my learning, then you are automatically you will become redundant, you will be out of the job very soon.
Right. So there is this skepticism going on that AI is going to replace jobs and replace manpower. And so what do you think of that, and have you ever imagined AI as a business coach?
Yeah. Well, even I also do podcasts these days. So what I do is for all my scripting of the podcast, I just feed AI.
Yeah.
Now even I have to write I post a lot of Instagram stories. So what I do is I actually put my caption as a rough caption into my story first. I take a screenshot of it. I give it to ChatGPT. It refines the caption and then I bring it back. The business also, if I have to do right now, me and my team member, one of my senior team member, were discussing what should be the team structure now. If you have to grow to this much revenue and if you have to handle these many clients, so how many team members we'll need and what kind of team members we'll be needing. So we gave a proper narration to the ChatGPT, that is what we are thinking, and give us an unbiased output out there, and that helps us to figure out what is the team structure. So in a way, it acted as a business coach for us.
Great. So whenever you work with somebody, and suppose if they give you a particular number that we want to generate this much revenue in this duration of timeline, then how do you manage that thing? How do you manage that project? And every time, is it fixed that you will be able to generate this much for this client?
That's actually a very beautiful question out there. I'll share a story with you. Yeah. So one of my clients was working at a very big FMCG company, and he was making 60 lakhs a year. So when he left his job, he was actually losing about 5 lakhs a month. So after his job, after leaving his job in 2021, he came to us in 2021 and he told that I want to reach 5 lakhs a month in revenue. So the thing is, it was a dream for him. It was a thing for him he has told his family that within 1 year I'll replace my salary with my revenue in the business. So basically, we were almost 6 months away from 1 year completion of his job. 1 year completion of his leaving the job date. Yeah. So the thing is, within 6 months, we had figured out the data out there. How the things are working, how the things will go. If you are putting this much money, how much money you are making back. Then we made reverse engineering. Then we made the goal, okay, now you want to hit 15 lakhs in the next 3 months. This is the number of leads you will need. This is the number of people you need to convert at level 1, the level 2 of the program. And that's how we do reverse engineering. So whenever somebody comes to me that I need these numbers, then what I do is, do you have past numbers to what I can make a projection on? And if you don't have, then I'm not promising you the numbers you're suggesting. I can do some industry benchmarks to put some numbers in, and then I will do a reverse engineering to it. Okay, if you need this number of revenue, and how many people will need at different level of the stages, and that's how I do it. That's how I plan it, and and most of the times I'm able to reach those numbers. But there are some factors which always come into play. How good is the sales? The person who is doing the sales, how good he is at it. What is the quality of the leads? So there are a lot of factors which come into the play. But most of the times, I always make 3 case scenarios. One is worst case, mid case, and best case. So we are usually able to hit the best case scenarios, but in worst cases, we are able to hit the intermediate case scenarios. And it's sometimes 1 or 2% we also hit worst case scenarios. It's not like we are also perfect. And there are a lot of factors involved, as I told you. So if one of the other factor does not work out well, then we also sometimes does not able to hit the numbers what we thought of.
Great. So what's your opinion about getting VC funding in initial stage or bootstrapping yourself business? Which is better?
I've never got a VC funding, so I won't comment on it.
Okay.
Because I believe what I've not done it, so I can't comment on it.
Alright.
And in terms of the bootstrap thing, what I know from my perspective is, because I was running an agency with 2 partners earlier. We are 3 business partners. So one thing which I realized is when there are 3 people on the cap table, when there are 3 people thinking about how to do things, so it is beneficial as well, and sometimes also not beneficial. So in my case, it was in a way, in the start it was good because we were having complementary skills, but after a point in time, it became like a rowing. It was like everybody was rowing the boat in a different direction. It became a cyclone out there. So it was not working out. So in terms of the bootstrapping thing, I feel if I restarted my agency on my own, what I felt is if I'm bootstrapping, I am the only one who is the decision maker out there. But the main decisions are made by me. So the decision making is really quick.
Okay.
And even if I do bad things, it's ownership of me. Even if I do good things, it's the ownership of me. So what I realize is कि personally for me, Bootstrap works better because if वो कहते हैं ना जो पैसा डालता है उसकी चलती है.
Right.
So if I have VC funding or something, they will also have their fair share of opinions and everything into whatever they do.
Yeah.
So in my case, as I run an agency, it's not a very heavy capex business that you need a lot of capital out there to start. So I believe it's bootstrapping is good. But in some business like where you have to make an AI tool out there, if you have to make something like a very big as a ChatGPT or OpenAI, then you need a lot of funding.
Mm-hmm.
So then you might need funding.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not I don't know about how the funding thing works, so I can't share much details on it. But on the bootstrap part, I believe in bootstrapping things until to the point where you are able to do it. So you should bootstrap.
So would you go for funding in future?
I would not say no to it today.
Okay.
Well, depending on the situation, if I move into a business model where I need a lot of funding out there, I'll surely go for it. Because the thing is the execution matters more than the idea. And if I have $1 billion idea out there and if it needs a lot of funding out there, so then I should not wait for it okay, let somebody do it because they have funding. Then I'll also go in the market and get the funding out there. And it's like it's always a learning curve. You always learn from the experiences. So although I am being a person who loves being a solo founder, I might not go into the funding route until and unless it's required.
So what do you think are the disadvantages of getting a funding?
As I told you, only disadvantage I understand is when somebody puts money into the game, then they are the one who will be actually having a lot of say into whatever you take the decision as. You can't take decisions on your own. All decisions can't be just solo decisions of yours. Right. They will have their own say into it. They will have their own perceptions to it, and then you might have some tussle between what you originally thought of doing as a business. You might lose out on the purpose of it.
So right now, as many people are in Instagram says that unemployment at its peak, and if somebody is coming from service class, they want to understand business. So, but what if they are getting attracted to the business ideas and want to start something on their own? Then what you would advise to those people?
So my thing is always I'll give you a layman example here. So whenever we have to get a job, what we do basically we go for almost 16 years of schooling.
Yeah.
Then we do a bachelor degree. Then sometimes we do a master's degree. But when it comes to business, we are no, I know everything. I'll start my business on my own.
Right.
So that is where I found the people who start out, that's the reason they get out of the business because they don't invest into their learning. For the jobs, they'll invest lakhs and lakhs of rupees into certification, course and everything. But when it comes to business, they won't read any business books out there. They won't hire any mentors out there to understand how the business works. And that's what I feel is the major reason why a lot of people who want to start out are not able to start out also. And even if they start out, they get out of business within 6 to 12 months. So the thing is, if you have to start a business out there, my thing is you should start learning how businesses work. Hire a mentor, hire somebody to help you out who has already made what you're doing, what you want to make. So that's what I believe in. If I have to reach to a 1 crore per month revenue, I should be in the circle of somebody who's already making 1 crore a month so that I can leverage on their learnings, on their mindset, on their network, on how they are doing things.
Right.
And that's the reason I think we are here also today. Yeah. Because I got inspired by how you are doing things. And when we have conversation with guys like you out there, we expand our network out there, we get to learn a lot of things. And when we exchange the energy and the vibes, it actually, it actually helps us to grow. Because I believe in a thing called you are average of 5 people you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I traveled all the way from Ahmedabad to here so that I can exchange the energy, exchange the vibes with you and understand how you think on things, but I can implement some learnings and even I can add value to your
and vice versa. I can do that.
Yeah.
So, what are the scaling risks you want to burst out today?
Some of the scaling risk I would say is when you scale a lot, sometimes a lot of people want to scale very fast.
Yeah.
So the profitability goes very down. And if the profitability goes to a point that it goes to zero, then it becomes a big challenge out there.
Okay.
So while scaling, you need to make sure you need to scale in a manner your profitability is not going down by very huge percentage out there. Otherwise, after a point, if you keep scaling, you might end up making lesser amount in profit, which you were making at a smaller scale. So although they say that when you scale, the percentage of the volume, the percentage of the profit decreases, but the volume increases. But that percentage of the profit should not decrease at such a certain point that even the volume is not able to make up for it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Right. So there are founders out there that are very extremely talented, but when it comes to financial optimization, they really lack a lot of things. So how do you fix up those things for them?
So basically, what I believe is कि my major clientele is coaches out there. So the thing is कि when they come to me, I believe is कि they should not think of how I can do everything. They should know who can do it for me. So everybody has certain things which they are good at. So most of the coaches are good at what the subject they are teaching. But let's say when it comes to marketing, sales, finances, they might or might not be good at it.
Right.
They are not good at marketing. That's why they are my client. That is one thing is clear.
Yeah.
But when it comes to finances, I'm also not an expert in finances, but I can add some value. So I add some value. I give them some insights out there. But when I feel that I'm not the one who can guide them to the next level, I'll refer my CA to them. I'll refer my personal finance mentor to them so that they can get their finances sorted. So that's the thing. I always guide them to the right direction out there. It's not always you that you have to help in everything out there. For some things, if you're not able to help, you need to guide them to the right direction out there.
Any personal secret formula you would like to share that you use on your own?
In terms of?
In terms of finance growth.
Yeah, as I told you, I'll tie back to the same answer. Always track your finances.
Yeah.
Every day my thing is I always track my finances. I've always seen my maternal uncles doing it on a paper and I was like, why do that? It's like, I feel like to conjuice ho gaya, itna मतलब कि daily finance note कर रहे हो.
Right.
But now I'm able to make sense कि why they do it.
Yeah.
But I feel writing on paper it does not make sense in today's era because if you're not putting on an Excel or something, Google Sheet or something, basically you're not able to put formulas onto it. You're not able to analyze it.
Right.
If you're writing on paper, it's very hard to analyze things.
Yeah.
So you should do on a sheet or something so that you are able to analyze it. So that's my personal finance mantra, which I learned from my mentor. And one more thing I'll tell you, it's not just you have to track the data. You have to even understand what are the insights out of it. For me, I was tracking my data from April 2022 onwards.
Okay.
But I never made a financial sense out of it. I think April 2021 or April 2022 I was tracking the data. But it never made sense to me until I got my personal finance mentor, Lokesh Tiwari, into the picture, who helped me to understand how to analyze this, how to make a proper nuggets out of it, how should I take it forward. So I was just tracking it. I was not analyzing it. So tracking is just the one part. Yeah. Analysis is the second part.
Okay.
So that was the reason. That was the reason I was thinking I'm very good at tracking everything. But in terms of analysis, I was zero. So you need to not just track, you need to analyze the things as well.
So right now there is very heterogeneity going on in business roles. So what do you think at the end of 2026 or 27, because AI is evolving a lot, so what type of roles will sustain in digital marketing industry?
So first of all, I'm really sorry I didn't understand about what the heterogeneity means.
There are various type of roles right now going on. Role shifting. Roles are changing from the traditional
Okay.
type of jobs.
Got it. So basically what I believe in digital marketing, what kind of roles will be there is basically the roles. So what I believe in the roles which will sustain in terms of the digital marketing in this AI era will be creativity. Right now the ChatGPT has got creative.
Right.
It can generate creatives. But what I understand is, for example, a person like me, who is a Kala Akshar Bhans Barabar in terms of the artworks.
Okay.
So even if I get the best tools out there, if I don't have the eye for the beauty, I can't justify the beautiness of a thing. ChatGPT can help me just design it, but there's a need of somebody who knows the stuff. What is the meaning of it? What is the beauty? I'm just taking an example of graphic designing. Let's say if we talk about data as well.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can do all the analysis, but if you don't understand what to do of this analysis, there's nothing what you can do of that data, because you need to understand what is the out of those insights, what are you going to do about it. So what I understand is the experts out there, they'll still be there. The only thing, the way they can sustain is that how they can maximize their manual work. For example, for analysis, earlier people used to do was they'll remember all the Excel formulas out there. Now if you need an Excel formula, just ChatGPT how to use this formula. Or there's some plugins inside the Excel itself or the Google Sheet itself that automatically gives you the formula. So you need to be understandable how to use AI for your thing. Rather than being away from it, shooing it away, you need to actually understand how those things work.
Right. So what is your perfect growth strategy for making ad profit? Like if you want to break down is in no fluff steps, how would it be?
So basically what I understand is you should keep a small budget out there. So first of all, if you are starting out any niche out there, you should not start with like very huge budgets. Even if you have $1 billion in bank, you should not start with lakhs of rupees a day.
Okay.
You should start with a small budget like 500,000, 5,000 a day, and start seeing if your if your product is getting hits or not, if your product is getting sold or not. If terms of e-commerce, your product is getting sold or not. If you're doing a webinar or something, if you're getting webinar registrations or not. So first of all, always do testing out there.
Right.
So after that phase is over, when your product is being sold and everything, then you should start scaling. A lot of people, what they do is if they have a lot of money, they'll start put a lot of money. And they do the burning. So that, because the thing is ki, with money you can't sustain always. If there's no product market fit out there, then it's not making sense at all. So you need to focus on first getting the product market fit, and then you need to focus on scaling the things.
Right.
So my no-fluff strategy is basically ki, you should always focus on first of all getting the vanity metrics in. By what I mean vanity metrics is ki, if I'm putting in this much money, am I able to make profits or not? In terms of very simple terms, if I'm able to make those profits or not, the desired profits. If I'm not, then this means that the product might not have a market at all in the things. So you can't be Geo, that you can give out SIMs for 6 months, 12 months out there, and then you make people habitual of their product.
Yeah.
If you don't have that kind of funds out there, then you should not, because they're into market creation. And people like us who are starting out there, or maybe who are in the mid-sized businesses, you can't create a category out there. You can just be better in that category. So if you're just starting out, I would suggest not to go by the route ki just putting in a lot of money and getting sales out there, which happens in most of the e-commerce businesses.
Right.
They are running always on performance marketing only, and they'll end up spending this much money and they'll end up making profits. But after a certain point in time, when there are a lot of competition is out there, they get out of business because the cost of acquiring a customer goes up. Similarly, into the coaching niche as well. Some niches are very unique out there. You start out with performance marketing, you get a certain number, and after that you start seeing declining profits because the cost of acquisition goes very high.
Yeah.
So your thing is ki you should find out if your product has a addressable market or not.
Has the potential or not.
Yeah.
So as an e-commerce founder, specifically for e-commerce niche, so what do you suggest them to do first before letting their product out in the market? Like they are very good at product making and marketing that in offline platform, but they don't have much knowledge on onboarding that product onto digital platform. So what do you suggest them to do first?
So basically, I have not much worked with the e-commerce industry,
Okay.
but I can give you a basic insight which I use in any industry out there. Is basically that you should do a survey out there.
Okay.
Rather than, for example, you want to sell, let's say you are having 100 SKUs, 100 different t-shirts out there. Rather than getting them printed all of them for 100 pieces of all of them, what you should do is you should just make a basic a page, a Shopify website out there, run ads on it, and check the demand is there or not. Although it might be expensive for you to deliver the product because if you're printing a small quantity, the product cost will be high. But it's better than throwing up 100 t-shirts out there which nobody bought. So what I believe is always start small and start testing with small things. And always, being a bootstrap founder, I always thinking, put the money into the things. Even if you lose that money, it's fine with you. Let's say if you had 100 SKUs, you multiply it by 100 t-shirts. Almost like 10,000 or 1 lakh t-shirts you will be having in your warehouse. To just maintain that warehouse, to keep that running, you'll end up spending a lot of money. Rather than put just a small amount of budget in marketing, get a basic website done and see if you are able to sell those t-shirts or not, and which kind of SKUs is getting the demand, and then you remove the other SKUs out there, and then you focus on scaling those SKUs. So there is something which I feel is applicable to all businesses out there. Well, maybe somebody who's from e-commerce can share more insights into it, but I think whatever I said will make sense to them as well.
And as a SaaS founder, what would you suggest them?
In terms of SaaS also, what I believe is SaaS is something which is a very evolving thing. So you should focus on first getting an MVP out there. Get some sort of beta testers out there. What you can do is just make some ads, make a landing page where you make a waiting list out there. Where we show the products, what are the features we are going to make in this product. If you're interested, just join the waiting list, and then get some users in, and then have proper one-to-one survey. So what do you say? Not survey, I would say one-to-one feedback calls with them. And then you make a product. Because a lot of people, what they do is they made the product I feel this will be required by my customer.
Right.
And then they keep putting in time, effort, money into just making it, and they realize there was no use of it, that product.
They are very optimistic while making the things work.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what I believe is, ask what they want and deliver what they want. So biggest companies are very customer centric. They ask what the customer wants and then deliver what they want. Rather than you being optimistic, you think they will need it. Nowadays, it's very easy to get so much of customer insights. You have Perplexity, you have so many tools out there to get data out there.
Right.
But I still feel that there is nothing which can beat the proper human-to-human interaction. So you should focus on human interaction. If you get first 100 customers, go on calls with them, spend the time. A lot of founders are like, I don't have time to do this. Then why the first place you started the business?
Yeah, why you are starting this?
Yeah, if you're not able to first serve your first 100 customers well, then you won't even to serve the 1 lakh customers out there. So you should first focus on the small set of customers you have, figure out what their pain points are, make some SOPs so that the process becomes smooth, and then you should onboard the next set of customers. And then after the point, then you can rapidly grow it.
So, any books you would like to recommend to first generation entrepreneurs?
I'll recommend my own book first.
Absolutely.
So just kidding out there, but they can read that book too. But the other book which I would recommend is not the technical books out there. I believe a lot in the mindset books. So one of the book I would recommend is 80% Mindset, 20% Skills by my mentor Dave Gadvi. Other book I would recommend is 10x Rule by Grant Cardone. So this is the book. Whenever I feel low, I read that book. It gives me another level of energy out there whenever I read this book called 10x Rule by Grant Cardone. Because what I see is figuring out technicalities is very easy these days. Only thing is you need is the consistency and the energy to keep pushing. Because technicalities is something you can hire somebody for it, but you can't hire somebody for a mindset. There are mindset coaches out there who can help you out, but with technicalities it's like a plug and play. But with mindset it's not a plug and play. You need to work upon yourself. So that is something what I believe is you need to read a lot of mindset books before you get into the business, because business takes a lot from you in terms of the mindset, not just finances. Finances is something which you can go down and come up. But mindset is something which you have to show up every day for things. So I actually did a little short story out there. So I actually moved out of my home for an event in Bangalore on 30th April with the thinking I'll be back home by 7th May. But Operation Sindoor happened in between. So I had to cancel my flights. And then I was like, what should I do the next few days? So I was like, let's keep pushing. I got some clients in Bangalore out there. I met some people out there. I made them my clients. Then I started, what can I do more to just make sure this trip is productive? Then I went to Ahmedabad, shot some podcasts there. Then your message came in, can we do the podcast? I was like, let's go. Because she was the one who actually inspired me to start the podcast. So let's just book a train or something. But I was like, I'll get an overnight train easy. So I just booked a train and I'm here today. So
that's really inspiring. Even I think of giving up sometimes. But with meeting people like you really gives me the courage to go ahead and push this race.
It's always vice versa. Each one of us inspire each other in very different.
We all have those low days where we feel really down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have recommended really great books. So what are your advices for the studpreneurs, those who are students and want to start their own businesses? Right now, students are really getting, very active in terms of digital and content media. So how do they start?
So what I would suggest is, you should not be like, I'll not do jobs out there or something. I want to just be an entrepreneur. The first thing is, you should see the reason why you want to entrepreneurship. Is it just for money? Then you should not. If it's just for money, then you should not do entrepreneurship. You have to figure out the reason why, what do you want to do entrepreneurship out there. Second thing is, get internships out there. Get the founder's office role or some roles where you are actually in very much close vicinity of the founder, so that you can start your own things. And the other things out there is basically these days there are a lot of networking events out there which happens for the students, for all the entrepreneurs out there. Start attending those events. And I actually recently did a podcast with a 22-year-old founder.
Wow.
In Ahmedabad, I did a podcast with the founder.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and he is a founder of Vayu app, which is a competition to Uber in a way. And he got 45 lakhs of government grants at the age of 22.
Wow.
And I was like, he's a perfect ambassador for my book.
Right.
Because the conversation I had with him, I was completely blown away. I had goosebumps by the half of the conversation which happened. So this is like, you need to find out people like him. So you can, his name is Keval Sundarwa. So maybe you can even podcast him.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to.
Yeah, so he's the one who actually, so you need to meet people out there who have already cracked the code. And maybe that may not be from your age only. There are some people senior age also. And there are a lot of founders out there who are actually ready to help. A lot of founders who are ready to help in one-on-one also. And there are a lot of founders out there who are actually putting a lot of content out there on YouTube and everywhere where you can follow them and understand from them. And what I feel is that people who are successful, they want to help other people get successful as well in any way or form. Maybe they're too busy, they won't be able to help you one-to-one. But whatever way they are able to help you out, you should actually start seeking help. So, even for student entrepreneurs or even for mid-age entrepreneurs, what I feel is that always seek help. I'll give you a living example here. We have been conditioned in a way that we should not take help. Because in exams, taking help was called cheating. So whenever
that was glorified as a hack.
It was glorified as a hack. It was actually given the term cheating. But in business, if you take help, it's not cheating. It's actually understanding how to go forward, and actually it's the way to go forward.
Yeah, that was a really great, insightful session with Vikas ji. So this was it, guys. From copy to conversion, and from digital ads to running your own business or starting at initial phases, we've got so many clarity from Vikas Agarwal ji today here, and I'm sure you got a lot of learnings like me from him today, and I'm sure you are going to implement and start on your own today. So lastly, any advice you would like to say to the audience?
So I believe in one thing a lot, that sometimes we do not have courage to do big things. So always find, like, let's say for example, you don't have money for something to buy. What you'll do, you'll take a EMI from credit card. So basically you're borrowing money from credit card or from bank. Similarly, when you want to do something big and you're not having the courage to do it, find out people out there from whom you can borrow the courage, who believe in you, and then do that thing. So whenever I want to take a big decision out there and I'm like a little skeptical out there, should I do it or not, I talk to people who believe in me. Let's say, let's trip to Ahmedabad, then trip to from Bangalore to Ahmedabad, then Ahmedabad to Jaipur. I was a little skeptical because it's not, nobody sponsors our trips. We are not influencers out there. We do not get sponsored. We have to pay every single rupee for everything out there. So you get sometimes a little bit a doubt. What I'm putting in my time, money, effort, will it give me ROI or not? So then I talked to my cousin sister. I'm going for this podcast and everything. She was like, go for it. So there are people in life out there who just small words out there, not small words, I would say, there are sentences out there, few words out there from their mouth can actually give you courage out there. So what I believe is, if you don't have courage to do some things, just figure out people who are your well-wishers and who are with you in anything you do, and then have a conversation with them and then borrow their courage and do those things.